All right, what is up, my tubers? We're back for some more drafting here on Magic Online. We got some more of that vintage cube. Take a small day break from the arena cube, reset your palette for when I go back to drafting some Oracle of the Alpha nonsense. Here we have the lovely vintage cube. We got our pick one, pack one available to us, and we are gonna pretty easily just take this Mox Ruby, one of the Power 9, obviously. And yeah, you don't really pass those cards in vintage cube. I think there are some comparable cards, and Mox Ruby is definitely not the best of the Moxen, but I mean, if you got like a Soul Ring here, for example, you would probably end up taking that. But out of this pack, we're definitely just going to take the Mox Ruby here and pass such cards as Grizzlebrand, pretty insane in vintage cube. Lots of good ways to cheat this out, whether you're reanimating, which is probably the #1 way, but then there are things like Sneak Attack, Show and Tell, etc. Snapcaster Mage, always very good. I don't expect to wield too much out of this pack, so we will take the Mox Ruby and we will like it. Follow-up pack has a couple of goodies here for us. Remember, in Vintage Cube, the power level is going to far exceed basically any other draft format for the most part. You're going to see cards from all of Magic's history, including, again, some of this lovely Power 9, so you'll find cards like Tinker and, you know, things that are just very, very busted. One of them being, I guess, a Strip Mine. Not a very fun card, I guess you would put it, but I think definitely a card worth taking here. Actually, this is a really good start to like a mono red deck if we wanted to just go some like random aggro in the vintage cube. I don't think that's normally the most fun thing to do, but with Mox Ruby starting into Strip Mine, that is not a bad choice. Other top tier picks in this pack are going to be like the Tropical Island. Any blue duel is always good. Animate Dead for the aforementioned Reanimate deck. So had I taken the Grizzlebrand, for example, we'd probably take Animate, but let's go stripping. See what happens here. Follow that up with, my favorite card is probably the Prime Time in this pack, but I don't know if we're going to take it given what we have. For starters, I think the safest pick is just going to be the Bloodstained Mire. Y'all know I take lands extremely high, and so, well, this is no different in this pack here. I'm going to, once again, let me fix my camera real quick. Once again, probably just take the fetch. Stays in line with the Mox. Yeah, and even if we ended up in mono red, it'll have maybe some utility with like a Grim Lavamancer or something. But between Bloodstained Mire and Primeval Titan, I don't think this pack is particularly good anyway, so take that, see where we go. Oh, there's that Show and Tell I was just talking about. Winter Orb to go along with the Mox and the Strip Mine is a feel bad for our opponent. There's a Badlands here, top here, not terrible. Man, we could do some weird Staxy deck. Although generally I don't think you're supposed to take Winter Orb this early. If you've never had a chance to play with Winter Orb, this is a very, very old card. Actually, was it in the original sets, Alpha Beta? I can't actually recall. It might have been, but it's the one with like a polar bear image, if you remember that. But yeah, as long as it's untapped, players can't untap more than one land. So if you have a bunch of artifacts or ways to deny your opponent mana, it can do some stuff. I'm going to take the Sensei's Divining Top here. We just took the fetch, so it's good with that. And I'm going to try to maybe wheel the Winter Orb. Okay, this pack is actually nuts for a 5th pick. Upheaval is legitimately insane. Another not very fun card. Time Spiral. In this format, absolutely insane. There's a Cradle here, though I don't think Cradle is on the level of one of these 6 mana blue spells, which we're probably going to end up taking. I just have to decide what I want to do here. I think you probably win more games with Upheaval decks if you can craft around them, but I like Draw 7s way too much, so this is another one of those busted cards I was talking about. It's no Time Twister, but it's maybe even better, right? It does cost 6 as opposed to 3, but it untaps 6 lands, so it's not too hard to even net mana with this if you have, I mean, if you get lucky with something like a Tolarian Academy or Ancient Tomb or whatever. you know what? I might go with the Golos here now for our 6th pick. We have the Strip Mine already, and if we do get the Tellurian Academy, then this is going to be really, really nice anyways. So I think in Vintage Cube, a lot of the times with Golos, you don't even care about the activated ability. You just care about being able to tutor a really, really strong land. Let's do that. Rogrin Triome for some blue, red, white fixing. Another draw 7 could be interesting. Palace Jailer is always insane. Monarch is just a stupid mechanic. But this is Vintage Cube, so broken things are the way. But yeah, I think Monarch in a 1-in-1 environment is pass. I just don't like it. Triome here or the Echo? I mean, the Yockle Hops is another way to interact and blow up all lands, but this one blows up artifacts too, so it's a little more risky. We'll just take the land, which is safe. Wow, very, very late Yawgmoth's Will too. Oh, you know what? We could actually be storming. I'm losing out on Brain Freeze here and 1,000-Year Storm, but getting an 8th pick Yawgmoth's Will in pack 1 is also a very, very good sign for maybe Storm. So let's do that. Take that and see if it works out. Blackcleave Cliffs for some more red-black fixing. Forge Master for like the artifact decks, although I don't really care for Forge Master. It's okay, but I think here the correct pick is just Portal. This goes into every deck, and we are leaning towards a little bit of a weird artifact deck anyways. Portal, if you don't know what it does, you can... basically, it's 4 mana, Personal Howling Mine. Just read it like that. The Carnage mode, your opponent would have to vote Carnage with you to blow up everything, so... yeah. Just assume that you get to draw 2 cards every turn after playing this. I'll take Lotus Bloom now. Suspend Artifact. Maybe if we get some... what's the wording on Trinket Mage? Is Trinket Mage 1 or less, or... maybe if we get a Trinket Mage, we can do something like that. Avalanche Riders for some more land destruction. I guess if we pick up... not Vesuva, what's it called? Thespian Stage. The Dark Depths could have a plan. There's the Winter Orb on the wheel too. Okay, so the Yawgmoth's Will looking like maybe not a thing, but the artifact deck is coming together nicely. Chain Lightning's not a bad cheap removal spell. Vantage is actually surprisingly good too, because red-white blue is kind of like the land destruction / artifact theme. Speaking of, there's the Yockle Hops. Black Lotus. Okay, well... oh my gosh, these packs we're getting are crazy. In fact, okay, so clearly we're going to be taking the Black Lotus here. I mean, we opened a Mox Ruby pick 1 pack 1, and now we're getting a Black Lotus pick 1 pack 2. But I have to note a couple of cards, and I don't think we're getting the most important one back, and that's Urza, Lord High Artificer. So this is from Modern Masters, right? Something like that. But anyways, the card that this combos with is Winter Orb. So as long as Winter Orb is untapped, players can't untap more than 1 land during their untapped steps, right? So with Urza, what you do is you tap the Winter Orb at the end of your opponent's turn and float a blue mana with Urza's ability, which means you get to untap all of your lands, right? And then on your opponent's turn, they don't get to untap more than 1 of their lands. So this is the card that we were really hoping to get after taking Winter Orb, but I mean, I'm not passing Lotus here. Another card I wanted to mention was Lion's Eye Diamond, since we did pick up that Yawgmoth's Will for the Storm deck. Okay, what do we got? I mean, we could... oh, man. There's so many things we could be doing here. We could be doing the Artifact deck. We could be doing the Storm deck. Both are super, super available to us. Pick 2 gives us a Fable of the Mirrorbreaker, just... of course, insane. There's the Tendrils that probably ends up wheeling. Doretti Scrap Savant, fantastic in the artifact deck, especially if you can get like Mindslaver for taking multiple of your opponent's extra turns. And then even just a Signet here is really, really good. Like, I don't have the Tellurian Academy yet, and I hope I do get it, but Signets are just fantastic for a deck like this, especially when you have the Orb too. The best standalone card, of course, is just Fable. I think Doretti can frequently wheel. Black-White Signet might wheel. This is a really good start for us. Damn, and now we're getting like a balance here. Simic Signet's very good. Worn Power Stone's fantastic. Oh man, we can just do... I would rather do the artifact deck than the storm deck. But I think we just have to take balance here. Whether we go storm or not, again, with this many artifacts, the balance is just so, so good. There's a sneak attack. Don't think I want to do that. Hullbreaker Horror could be okay. Dig Through Time, pretty solid. I think with this deck, it looks like Dig Through Time might be the pick. We have a decent number of ways to get some cards in the yard, and we have some very specific cards that we don't mind digging to, so let's do that. I think Sneak Attack was another fine pick up there, but ooh, yes! And now we're getting Urza's Saga, which is another amazing one for our deck. The text is so hard to read there, but it's a saga with chapters, right? That's also a land. It makes a bunch of huge artifact creatures with all of our artifacts, which we have a ton of. And search your library for an artifact card with mana cost 0 or 1 is the final chapter. So it can grab Lotus, it can grab Ruby, it can grab Top. Notably, it cannot grab Lotus Bloom because this does not have a cost of 0 or 1. There was also notably a Tezzeret there. Would have been another good win con. Already, Ingenious Iconoclast is another pretty good artifact synergy card. Mystical Tutor is also insane. I don't have Tinker or whatever yet, but we have Balance and like Time Spiral to go dig for, so I think this is the right choice. I actually need to pay a little bit more attention to the number of playables I have, because I have a lot of lands, but I don't have a lot of non-land spells. That's kind of funny. Timeless Lotus with Golos. Do I want to take that? Sure, why not? We can try that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm at like 12 playables right now. I wonder if we run like Yawgmoth's Will as just a value land, if that makes, or not a value land, a value card, if that makes sense. Like we won't be storming off or whatever, but we can just play it because we have like the Black Lotus right now. Nice pickups here. Savai Triumph for red, white, and black now would not be awful. Hollowed Fountain obviously would not be awful. The upside of taking the Savai Triumph is that it lets the Bloodstained Mire grab a white source. But I almost feel like I would rather have the blue-white land here. Oh, I guess the Bloodstained Mire can already grab the Rogren Triumph, so yeah, let's take the Fountain. Okay, that's insane. Urza Wield, which is perfect. Ah, man, I really want that line. I like... Urza's the correct pick, but I almost kind of wish that Urza did not wheel, so that we would just get the LED for the Yawgmoth's Will, because Tendrils is probably coming back around, right? Yeah. I mean, we got the Duretti, we got the Orzhov Signet too. You know what? I'm going to take the Signet now instead of Duretti, because we have the Balance and the Yawgmoth's Will. So it actually does a little bit of fixing. If I get Mindslaver in pack 3, though, I'll be really sad that I'm passing the Duretti. This is nuts. Our Worn Power Stone, our Winter Orb, and our Balance are just getting really freaking good. Our deck looks pretty amazing. I might not even need the Yawgmoth's Will. Okay, last few pickups. There's Tezzeret on the wheel. Again, that was the card that I wanted to mention at the time. Another good win con there. All right, so 16 playables. Yeah, so I need to mainly focus on the playable spell count right now. Like in a pinch, we could run Pyretic or something, but that's not very good. Wow, how unlucky. We didn't go 3 for 3 in opening power. Although I guess Wheel of Fortune is kind of like power adjacent. That looks like a really good pickup here. It's either that or Bribery. Bribery is another insane card. I just don't care for it as a win con. It's just kind of, well, as weird as it is to say, kind of a lame win con. You just cast it, you steal their biggest creature, and sometimes it just wins, you know? I'd rather do something silly than just cast a card, steal a creature, and kind of win the game. A lot of good choices here. You know what? Wheel of Fortune could wheel if I passed it. Battle Sphere would be another good one. Swords to Plowshares, always fantastic. Sacred Foundry. Like I said, we need to take spells at this point, so let's just take the draw 7. Mana Crypt. Oh, baby. This is power adjacent. And right now we have 3 draw 7s in essence. We have Spiral, Wheel, and the Mystical Tutor for one of them. Our deck's becoming very, very good. Oh, this is a an artifact to grab off of Saga too, so this is looking crazy. Man, the Upheaval would have been so good had I gotten it too. Okay. Probably cutting the Bloom. Here we have a Dynamo for some more artifact mana. Actually, you know what? I might need a few more win cons, don't I? Some big win cons. Right now my win cons are Tezzeret Ultimate, which is good. Urza token, good. Saga tokens, good. I wonder if I need to take this Inferno Titan. It's just kind of a big creature to win with. I mean, I kind of want to take Wasteland too, but like I said, I just need to take spells at this point. We're at 16 still. Because the Mana Crypt is effectively a land. So yeah, Inferno Titan or Thran Dynamo. I guess the win con's probably right. Memory Jar would be good. We might wheel something here. Hey, okay. Nice pickups. I want the Monolith really freaking badly because this card is another insane one, but maybe Ugin is the better choice for another win con. I think the Cityscape Leveler can wheel. In my experience so far, I mean, this is a new include in the Vintage Cube, but in my experience so far, this has wheeled frequently. I'm going to go with the mana ramp. The Monolith is just too good. Passing in a Braid. So I'm going to go Monolith and hope Leveler wheels instead of taking Ugin and hoping the Leveler wheels. I like that. Ooh, yeah, baby. There's the Academy. Okay. Well, I mean, it was pretty obvious that the artifacts were flowing. We wheeled like Power Stone and Signet and whatnot, so... Like I said, I need spells, but that is just too good of a land to pass up. Golgari Signet, Lodestone Golem. So, funny enough, we have Golos activation mana now with the random Signets and stuff that we have. Sunbaked Canyon, also good, but again, need the spells. There's an Inkwell Leviathan, and we don't have like a Tinker to cheat that out, but we do have a lot of fast mana. So I guess I'm going to end up playing that. Monolith great, Selesnya Signet great, Bolt, and K-Command. Mindslaver, no! There it was. Oh, wait. I think there was an Academy Ruins in the first couple picks of pack 3, right? We don't have the Duretti because that was in an earlier pack and I didn't end up taking it. We didn't see Goblin Welder. Yeah. I think there's a Tellurian Academy that can come back around, and the Battlesphere came back too. Yeah. I want the Foundry bad, but Battlesphere with Urza is just too insane. Yes, okay, we got it. We got the Academy Ruins. So this deck can go off with Mindslaver and Academy Ruins for the infinite, take your opponent's turn. Wield the Thran Dynamo. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Okay, Ugin and Leveler got taken. That was out of this pack, so that's too bad. But no big deal. We found plenty of win cons after. This is a spicy one. This is a really spicy one. Temple Garden. That lets our... No, that doesn't do anything. I don't think we want that for random Golos activations, do we? Don't really want to run a Chalk. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, this deck looks good. Remember, this is Vintage Cube, though, so we will potentially be playing against other crazy decks. Plus, with our tinfoil hats on, with the matchmaking, because I have Lotus, Crypt, and Ruby, I would not be surprised if we get paired against some other insane decks. Okay, so let's count our artifacts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in the main deck. 14 because Urza makes its treasure, token. Fable can also make treasures, and then we have the Lotus, the Crypt, and the Ruby. So, yeah, our deck looks crazy good. See, these are going to be colorless sources. Triome, dual, fetch grabs. Fetch grabs the Rogrin Triome, and then random mountains. So we do have a lot of colorless sources, but we don't need too many. We don't have to worry about that too much, I don't think. We just need to make sure we have enough blue, basically. I get access to 6 basics. So shouldn't need any planes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 white sources right there. 5 with Signet. Saga can grab the Lotus, which is also white. Yeah, definitely no planes necessary. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I need at least 4 blue. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think the blue is just so much more important than the red. Like maybe 5 and 1. This deck looks really spicy. Really spicy. Let's go. So 14 lands seems low, but remember, the Mox is effectively a land, the Crypt is effectively a land, the Lotus is effectively a one-time use big land. So I've got high expectations for this deck. We have some very explosive draws. Let's hope that we can get some good wins. Okay, here we are for round 1 of this Vintage Cube draft with our pretty sicko artifact power deck. We're on the play here with a hand that's maybe not super good, but good enough to keep for sure. This is on the play. We go like turn 1 land, turn 2 Monolith, turn 3 Golos with Strip Mine. And then Golos goes and grabs Academy for fast mana for Portal and Sphere. It's going to be bonkers if we had any of our power or the Crypt in our opening hand. Dragon Rage Channeler turn 1. Okay, well. Opponent might be trying to kill me very quickly with like a red deck of sorts, or maybe they're playing like, oh, okay, so they're going to go for the value channeler. Hoping they don't have a way to interact with... Oh, that's funny. Inquisition of Kozilek has 0 hits in my hand. That's fantastic. So next turn, our game plan is to go... Well, I can do one of 2 things. I can go Dynamo Golos, or I can just go Golos Strip Mine a land. Both are viable. That's pretty good too. Yeah, I feel like Dynamo Golos is a better line. As much as I want to strip mine them this turn, this is just too strong. Welcome to Vintage. Ooh, wait, what? They have to surveil a creature in their graveyard. Wait, I'm confused. I guess they were hoping to get lucky with Necromancy. They needed to surveil exactly a creature in their graveyard. That was probably their only out. Is what it feels like. Yeah. They probably, yeah, they just had like no out to my crazy opener, so they were like, all right, I'm gonna cast the Necromancy, I'm gonna hope that I surveil something into my graveyard, and then it just didn't work. Pretty good. All right. I don't have, I wish I had, but I don't have Coalition, or not Coalition Relic, what's the other one? Why can't I remember the 1 mana? The relic that exiles graveyards. What is that called? Oh, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. It's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah. Anyway. That card would have been good. The 1 mana artifact that exiles cards from graveyard. If we're playing against, like, Grixis Reanimator... Yeah, I mean, we just don't have a sideboard period, so it doesn't really matter. Wow, 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 wow. That is a freaking hand. We could Wheel of Fortune on turn 1 here. In fact, it's probably going to be correct to do so. Assuming I don't get Inquisitioned. Yeah, and they didn't have a play, so... Let's go Saga, Crypt, Ruby, Wheel, Pass. Wow, Art. Yeah, this is insane. Mindslaver, Signet, Duretti, Portal, Thirst, Swamp. Their hand was really bad. I wish I had just let them keep that. Their hand was extremely bad. Okay, so what do we get to do this turn? Kind of just win, no joke. Monolith here. Into Academy. For Dynamo. Dynamo makes a token. Now I can add a million blue. Tezzeret. Untap. Into a Golos with Mystic. Let's go grab Strip Mine. Tutor. Let's go grab Time Spiral. So there you go. Mercy, please. All right, well, they're dead next turn. And that'll be our turn 3. Emery's not good enough. They're going to need like a Time Walk here. GG's. And that's game over. So we draw the Time Spiral. Let's float. Let's show him the Lotus, because why not? Make a bunch of 5/5s. Oh, they're not dead, are they? They're not quite dead here. I need another red source, so let's go ahead and Time Spiral. Oh, wait, they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we just attack. Might as well go for the fun play, though. Not a bad turn 3. Not bad at all. This deck is so insane. Like I said, this just didn't even feel fair. All right, on to the next round we go. GG's. Okay, here we are for round number 2 of this Vintage Cube draft. On the draw here, I'm going to keep this hand. We don't currently have a red or a blue source, but remember, Saga can go grab Mox Ruby or Black Lotus. And if we just rip one of them off the top, then we're in such insane shape. I think I still want to lead with turn 1 Saga, even though I won't be able to make a dork with it. Just to get the Mox or Lotus early. Man, I kind of want to strip mine my opponent too, but that's a little bit aggressive. Okay, Monolith and pass. They had an abrade. That's not nice. Thankfully, this is an enchantment, and you can't abrade that. Into a Rabble Master. Okay, so Mystical Tutor is probably going to want to go grab Balance here, would be my guess. So we float with Saga. Do I want to just grab the Lotus? The Crypt might actually be better here, right? Yeah, I think Crypt is better. Because then we can go Power Stone, land, Signet, and set up. Nice, okay. They discarded Moldrifter, Incinerate. They have 2 cards in their hand. I do take a bit of damage this turn. So now the biggest fear is actually the Mana Crypt, but we're going to still be pretty healthy at this point. Damn, lost 1. All right, let's go Mystical Tutor for balance. Funny thing is here, if I wanted to, I could strip mine myself. Oh, they're just over it. All right, they're just like, I don't even want to play versus balance. Sure, fair enough. So again, what balance was going to do, because I had so many artifacts and only 2 lands, was it's gonna make them sacrifice half their lands, because they had 4 and I had 2, and then it was gonna make them sack all of their creatures, and I would only have to discard either 1 or 0 cards, depending on how I wanted to play it. But like I said, I could, on that last turn, strip mine myself to go down to 1 land, and then balance would leave them with 1 land, no creatures. All right, let's run it back. I guess this hand is, again, fine to keep because we have Tutor for balance versus them. If they don't do anything turn 1, I'm probably going to just strip mine that. Our deck can utilize very little mana. So next turn we go Island, Signet. What is Bloodstained Mire gets a bunch of tap lands, so let's not do that until next turn. They have a Braid again, sure. Once again with the Rabble, okay. Do I want to upkeep Mystical Tutor? No, we don't need to do it. Let's go ahead and just go fetch a mountain. Chain Lightning the Rabble. Say go. What else can our mystical tutor grab? Time spiral and stuff. All right, so actually, you know what? We could go grab dig through time. So we could cast that next turn since we have 4 cards in our graveyard right now. 5 if I cast the tutor. Kind of like grabbing dig through time. Let's just fire that off main phase. We hit a lot of garbage. Okay, let's take the ruins and the top, I guess. Play the ruins, play the top. That was not very good. I like that. I like them evoking Muldrifter and not playing out a different, more relevant threat. Let's go ahead and spin the top on our upkeep to see what we draw. Those are all pretty bad. I wish I hadn't spun. I would be able to cast the Timeless Lotus this turn. Yikes. All right, let's take a look at one more underneath in case there's Black Lotus or something. Golos. Oh, that turn was the relevant turn and we didn't get to do anything. Yeah, Chandra's no good. You know what? Maybe I just draw the Time Spiral next turn and fire that off. Oh, they're adding mana here too? Oh, okay, that's fine. So I can't Titan next turn. It's so tempting to play Timeless Lotus out. But I'm going to 9 on my turn, and then they have like minimum 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it seems a little risky. I mean, giving the opponent 7 cards is not like great or anything, but maybe we can hit him with like a Mindslaver lock or something. That was pretty weak. Damn. Let's spin and take a peek. That's also pretty weak. Sheesh. Yeah, we're probably dead now. Just not enough action there. Okay. So I can go like Signet, Urza, pass. Yeah, we just didn't have a very good draw this game. Maybe the better play was still just to get the Timeless Lotus out first, though. Glorybringer or something? Yeah, that kills us, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, they're 1 short. So if they have a burn spell, we are dead. Yep, Urza down. I'm at 5, 3 on board, 1 on board. They're adding mana. All right, so we probably have 3 damage just to kill us. Yep, Incinerate Face, that'll do it. Or they have Chain Lightning or something too, sure. I don't think this should be a bad matchup. I think this should be a pretty easy matchup. We're just doing too many big broken things, but our draw there wasn't great. So, go to game 2. Hope we have a slightly better draw. Any hand with a fast accelerant and then just like 1 random card draw effect is probably going to be good enough. All right, game 3 here of the second round on the play versus a blue-red aggressive deck. This is a turn 1 Fable of the Mirror Breaker, so I think I'm going to give it a shot. Although, if we wait, I'd be able to get Rogrin Triumph, which would unlock both. The thing is, if I get Mountain, go Mana Crypt Fable turn 1, and then they have the Burst Lightning for the token, it's so bad. So I think I'm just going to go for the Rogrin and play it a little bit safe. I mean, I guess the Fable does rummage, but speaking of Rogrin. All right, this is the kind of hand I was hoping for. We just need to find like one more blue source. There goes the Burst Lightning on the token after all. So let's see what we draw. And now we can actually... No, that doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5. I guess I'm actually going to discard the Timeless Lotus now. That's good. Fountain. Tezzeret. So I wanted to grab... Oh, they're just over it already. This opponent just did not want to play with me. All right, yeah, again, our deck has some insanely busted draws, so... Turn 3 Tezzeret with Fable flipping. We have so much gas going on. All right, we're 2-0. This deck's nuts. Let's see if we can pull off the trophy, because yeah. Okay, on to the third and final round we go. We're playing against a Luris companion. A little bit scary. Our opening hand is quite poor. We're going to mulligan down to 6. This hand is actually not all that great, but I'll keep it. I can go turn 1 Lotus Power Stone, but that's just like okay. Not even that special. Wow. Okay, well, now it got a lot better, didn't it? Because now I can go turn 1 Power Stone without cracking my Lotus, which means we have a turn 2 Inkwell Leviathan. And if we draw any of our big card draw effects... I mean, look at this start. That's Vintage Cube for you. Absolutely insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 9 mana next turn, or this turn 1, basically. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 mana. 10 mana turn 2. Maybe they have a Collective Brutality here. Yeah, that doesn't matter, though. I just have a 7... So they could have a Sacrifice effect or Council's Judgment. That would work with versus Inkwell. And, I mean, there it is. Look at that. Insane. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tezzeret, the draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, let's just go grab top and start filtering our draws. And then we can go ahead and just look right now. Might as well. Maybe there's something we want to draw immediately. Wow, that is all garbage. Okay. So that was bad, but we can still shuffle once again with Tezzeret and then find something better with top, hopefully. If this is just him to Turok, we don't care about that. Oh, that's a little bit annoying. Okay, so they can kill the Tezzeret right now, which is what I'm guessing they're probably going to end up doing. Yeah, that's strong. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So I'm not even going to need to crack the Lotus to play the Inkwell. Can I play the Signet first? 2 mana. This would be then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Alright, turn 3 Inkwell Leviathan. But I am hellbent. Do they have the Liliana? Vindicate my Teleran Academy. That's annoying. It's already done the business, but that is definitely annoying. Let's look. There's Chain Lightning, a land, and one unknown. Dig through time. That's good. Just draw the island for now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't really want to lose the Academy out of my graveyard is the only issue. So I could sack the Lotus and then do this. Or I think I'm okay sacking the Lotus here. Nah, we don't need it. That's fine. Battlesphere, Mystical Tutor, Fable, Chain Lightning, Portal. Okay, these are nice. Guess let's grab... I mean... what's the best way to win here? How are they going to beat me getting Battlesphere? But why does a draw 7 just seem really good? But I guess I'll grab Battlesphere, Chain Lightning. Well, that's not bad. Our deck is just crazy, crazy, crazy draws. This is still only turn 5, by the way. So Toxic Deluge doesn't do it because I have a creature with 11 toughness and a creature with 7 toughness. They could have a Damnation or a Wrath, but that seems really weird for them to have in their deck. Okay, are they just dead on board? No, not quite. Wait. Yes, they are. This deals them 4 immediately, and then they have I have 7 trample. They only have 2 toughness, so don't need to show them any more information. This is just GG's. Yeah, I mean, this deck is stupid good. I just can't stop saying it. Haven't even gotten to pull off Mindslaver combo with what's been going on. We just have so many good cards. All right, run it back. See if we can quickly 3-0 here. Oh man, look at that hand. I'll keep this. We have Rogren Triumph to cycle away. If we find any relevant card, this just wins. An opponent's over there playing random crappy creatures, you know, I mean, that's pretty good too, actually. Yeah. I think Strip Mine turn 1 is good here. No need to run out Lotus or Ruby or anything. We saw Collective Brutality from them, but not like Thoughtseize or whatever. Good, okay. So I guess that's going to be the play then. Signet, Lotus, Portal. Start drawing 2 cards a turn. Darn, they did have another land. Oh, okay, both players are going to draw extra cards. So now we're going to be looking for balance, like immediately would be the best. As we go with Homage. Like I said, Portal's basically just a draw 2 every turn. Golos is nice too. Yeah. So we go Vantage here. Monolith. Golos grabs. Player in Academy. Could grab Saga too, but Academy looks nuts as well, right? I already have 5 artifacts on the battlefield. They revealed an intrepid adversary. We don't care about that so much. Mother of Runes we don't care about. Okay, these are all irrelevant cards. I'm missing a green source to activate my Golos. And that should probably wrap that up. Play out the Mana Crypt. Yeah, this is over. Play out the top. Spin the top looking for some like cheap artifact or something. Oh, Lotus gives us the activation for Golos. Float 7, draw the Lotus. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Right. Well, that's fine. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, sure. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to cycle the Triome, draw the Lotus. But this is the same effect, I guess. Because now I'm going to go Hellbent. And balance. So they'll need to sacrifice 3 creatures, but more importantly, they have to discard their entire hand here. I'm guessing they just keep Dark Confidant, just to try to claw back into the game. But between Golos activation, Portal drawing 2 cards, infinite mana, and top, it's going to be a pretty hard one for them to win. Oh, they did discard a Lingering Souls for some value. I have no rush to attack here. I have the Crypt on the battlefield too, so. That was probably not what they wanted to see off of Dark Confidant this turn. One flashback Lingering Souls, we're happy with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Academy taps for 8 mana right now. All right, let's the top 3 real quick. Inferno Titan's pretty disgusting here. So is Dig Through Time. So let's take the Inferno Titan. And we can go 1, 2... Oh, do I want to activate Golos instead? Inferno Titan seems like it's good enough. Yeah, Inferno Titan's definitely good enough. Let me go Dynamo. Can draw the Dig Through Time right now if we want to and cast it. That looks like that's not a bad play. Tap for 9 blue. Don't need any of that mana anymore. Let's see, Urza. Plus top again. Play out the Urza. This is so sick. Play out the top. And then we can spin Urza by tapping all of these artifacts. Darn, just hidden island. Darn, never lucky. What a stupid deck. And our draws are so consistent too. We just have so many different ways to keep redrawing the correct cards. Bring back Scrap Heap Scrounger and draw a card. Yeah, I think their turn was a little bit different than mine was. All right, well, that was a short sub 60-minute draft plus 3-0. I never felt like a match was close. Some games might have been, like, we did lose one game, but I think that's because our draw was so bad. Let's take a peek at that deck one more time, because it was just so sick. So remember, we opened Mox Ruby, pack 1, pick 1. Opened Lotus, pack 2. Got past a Mana Crypt in pack 3. And then we had so much good land value. Academy, Saga was insane. Strip Mine was great. We never got to do the Ruins with the Mindslaver, but that was obviously on the table. And then we had a bunch of filtering and card draw so that we would never run out of gas. And I mean, my lands were also spells in a sense, you know? Top to keep digging us for answers or action, tutor, answers, action, Wheel of Fortune, Fable, Urza, Portal, Golos, Tezzeret, like, this deck was nice. All right, hopefully you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Hit that like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. And yeah, we'll see you back tomorrow for some more. Bye-bye.